Happy Tuesday to you.
Good morning.
Christie still has her cold, which is why we couldn't do anything yesterday. And we had an earthquake yesterday.
We also didn't do it yesterday because you weren't here. You had a meeting.
No, but I was going to stay home. So I knew we weren't going to do this, and you said you were going to post it. So I said, okay, fine.
But we had a meeting with our staff. The Tom Ferry thing.
Kind of was at 10 o'clock, I guess. So maybe we weren't going to do this yesterday.
No, Mondays.
I think Mondays are now off the table. Sorry.
Because of the Tom Ferry thing.
But the earthquake, my mom, I just saw she sent a message and said something about must have been a little scary. It was zero scary.
That's not true.
For me, it was. For
Well,
you always. Oh my gosh, I remember when Hurricane Christie was going through, or was it Hurricane John? I think it was John because Christie came afterwards. And you were like very nervous, so we had to go to the mountains and bring a puppy with us.
To your mom's.
I know, but you were nervous. But so we're standing in the kitchen, windows are closed, and we have those little dangly lights above the sink. And all of a sudden they started to tinkle.
And a wind chime.
There is a wind chime as well. So it was all acting as
4 years ago I was in Peru.
Geez, well, it was acting as a wind chime. All of a sudden they started tinkle. And Chris and I are like looking at each other. This is weird. Look at the window. Window's closed. I'm trying to see, is there a big wind going through the house? All of a sudden, we're starting moving like this. And then we just look at each other. And we're like, we got to get out of here now. So we run out, go outside by our new wall, which incidentally, we found out pretty much the only person who died during the earthquake was killed by a wall. But our wall is built correctly. But yes, good morning, Kira.
Good morning, Jolene and Sherry and Judy. And
so we left, and Bailey is just laying here. We hear all the dogs in the neighborhood are barking like crazy. Bailey's just looking at us like, you guys, you're so dumb.
And at the one because there was another one around 3:15 that I was awake for, and I felt that one. It made the bed feel like I was on a wave. And I came out to see if the chimes were chiming, and they were. Bailey, I could hear her out there, but she wasn't barking or anything. She was just moving around. So she wasn't too worried about it.
Now, years ago, there was a movie called The World According to Garth. And in the movie, there's this scene where a plane crashes into this farmhouse while the people are looking at it. Robin Williams' character is looking at this house to buy. Plane crashes in. There's a hole in the side of the wall. The guy's like, hey, can I use the phone? And he turns to the agent and said, we will take it. And the agent, I think, was a little surprised. They're like, well, why? He says, it's been pre-disastered. A plane has gone through. What are the odds that a plane is going to crash into this house again? Well, you would.
What's the remote for this?
I don't know. You would think that, the remote for the AC is right here. You would think that it would be pre-disastered by September 19th. But this is the third major earthquake that Mexico has had on September 19th. The first one was Mexico City. Lots of people died, 15,000 people, but nobody died, fortunately, yesterday except that guy in Manzanillo. That's the only one we know of.
The preliminary.
Yeah, the one we know of. Yeah. Thanks, honey. I was covering my bases. I didn't need a wife to do that for me. So that pre-disastered thing doesn't work. But for us, I think our birthdays were pre-disastered. So.
Good morning, Randy. And he's saying, what's with the peso? I haven't seen it this low in years. I don't know what the peso is.
We don't know what's going on right now. The lowest we have seen it is 6.7 per Canadian dollar. Why don't you put the AC on? Because it's a little quieter than the fan is. Okay, just to be clear, I never said let's do this. She did.
Did I though, really? I said,
yes, should we?
To.
Yes, and I said yes.
We have lots to talk about.
If you are okay with it.
So just keep talking. I'm okay with it. Just keep talking. Don't do that.
Wow. What else can we talk about? We got our dehydrator. So we're dehydrating
morning, Monica
fruit.
And Kelly.
We are doing beef jerky today. Going to give that a shot because Christie says that beef jerky will be good, and it will be good. She found the recipe. And the only thing we didn't add was the meat tenderizer, which it never called for it, but I hope it's good.
Are you sure it wasn't in that recipe?
It was not in that recipe.
Then it was in the other one.
So what else do we have going on here? The 315 earthquake again. What
It was
else?
a 4,
I think you said it was a
5
5.
point something, 5.6.
Yeah, so the earthquake yesterday was 7.5 where it originated, which was 250 kilometers away, which is kind of far. But it felt like the earth, like all morning this morning, I keep feeling like we've got an earthquake. So I must have had a lot of dreams about the
Well,
earthquake.
there's been like constant aftershocks. We just, not all of them we can actually feel, but you might sense them
Hmm.
because the aftershocks have been quite a bit.
Wow.
Monica, yes, everything is okay.
Yeah.
We came out unscathed. I mean, we didn't have any damage, or our pool spilled a little bit of water, but that's about it.
It wasn't a little bit. It was awesome. Now, when we ran outside, we didn't bring our phones with us. Had we done that, it would have been awesome to get some of the video.
I know. I wish I did. I wish I had my phone. For a long time, we had no power for over 3 hours, and internet was poor, and we knew that people would be worried about us. So we have an inverter in our truck, so we plugged our modem into the truck. So we had some like our
Well, at first it was
internet.
a battery. The battery died very quickly. I think I got a battery. But that should have worked for hours based on the consumption, but it just went out right away. So yeah, by doing the truck, I think we need to get like a 3,000 watt inverter for the truck, or maybe 1,000 watt, something so we could run the refrigerators, etc. Because yesterday it really showed me how ill prepared we are for a disaster of any sort.
It is a normal dehydrator, not a freeze dryer.
Mm-mm.
That's from Ree. And
Yeah,
then
we got a commercial one, and it's pretty.
Accent is a meat tenderizer, or you can use apple cider vinegar. John did buy meat tenderizer. He just, when he was doing it, didn't put it in. And then
Kira, yes, Christie is sick today. Leslie says, good morning, I'm back. Did you miss me? Yes, Leslie, we did.
I hope you had a great vacation, though.
Glad we're safe. And Larry says, a few years ago, they were having earthquakes in Dallas. It was cool.
Yeah, it's cool if you're safe. It's not
is.
cool. There's a lady that goes to our church, and her family lives in Michoacan. And she did a video. Her mom sent her a video, and she posted it. And their house was lots of, I don't know how much actual damage, but like things came off the shelves and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if there was actual damage, but I anticipate, being that close to the epicenter, that there's going to be some structural damage as well.
Well, one thing that we did notice, and this has bugged me from the beginning, is all the drywall they use now. They use drywall to cover underneath in apartments, etc. All of that stuff fell. So you're looking at all these condo complexes with all this damage. It's just because they used crappy material.
Yeah.
When you use concrete and rebar, and it's done correctly, it's going to last forever.
Yeah, and my mom said when they were here in Nuevo a few years ago, they really felt the earthquake. Mom, that was nothing compared to this. Trust me, nothing compared to this one.
It was
You could feel,
awesome.
You literally felt like you were swaying, like it was.
Yeah, it was really cool. And I mean, obviously, I felt, because it's the first one we really felt. Like,
I have felt them before, but this first one you've really felt. I felt that one with my mom, that my mom talked about.
Oh, you thought I was there.
It felt like the bed jumped, where this one, so that one was more of a rough thing, where this one was a really rolly thing. It was wild.
And the pool.
It was wild. Good morning, Clem.
Like, that's the thing. When you've got 14,000, 15,000 liters of water just moving like it's nothing. Like, that's a strong, strong earthquake.
Yeah.
So what else is going on? I did some moringa in the dryer, and moringa tastes incredibly gross. It's a great emergency food if you need it, but this is apparently
really hungry, I think.
This is apparently one of the most nutritious foods in the world, and it tastes bad. Like, if you have it in your tea and you're not actually drinking the leaves, but it's very dense with chlorophyll. So I did that. It takes probably 6 hours, 4 to 6 hours to make it in the dehydrator.
He keeps calling it a dehumidifier. So then I did the other day.
And it's got 12 trays. And the trays aren't terribly large. Christie's washing them.
Good morning, Leanne.
Christie's washing them right now because we did make mangoes yesterday.
Yeah, and they stick quite a bit.
They do. And today we have Erica's coming, and I've ordered a bunch of silicone trays.
With vents in the marble.
Yeah, little teeny holes, so it's all going to be fine. You'll just drop it off; it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I also got some of the ledged stuff, and that's going to be to make like fruit leathers, etc. Because I think the kids.
I think the girls
really,
will like it probably more because that papaya was like crunchy. It's too.
It was
dry.
too thin.
Yeah.
That was the problem. I did the papaya too thin, and it's like paper.
Randy wants to know: was it like a 7 margaritas or a 10 margaritas?
Oh,
I would say at least 10. At least. Not that I know what it's like to drink 10 margaritas in a night, but it was a 10 margarita night. It was wild. Like it really was. And even this morning, I'm laying in bed, and I felt the bed rolling, and I look over at John, and he was still sleeping. He wasn't moving around. I'm like, oh dang! Like it was just a very odd sensation. But that one was a 5 point something, so it was still quite strong here.
And obviously we ran outside because the construction upstairs, I have no idea. They said it's going to last to like an 8.0, and that's kind of where our threshold is. Now, just to give you an idea on the Richter scale, a 7.8 and a 7.9, it's 10 times stronger, even though that decimal is there. Yeah. So it is absolutely crazy how much it goes up. It's algorithmic how it goes up.
And to be honest, Leslie, the earthquake wasn't here. It was like
250 kilometers away.
Yeah. So what's that, 5,000 miles?
250 kilometers?
Oh, 250. I was thinking 2,500. Yeah. It's only 250 kilometers?
Yes, it's about 150.
Oh, that's not very far at all.
So, but it was...
Ree said you can use parchment paper.
Yeah, we have parchment paper as well.
Well, that sounds like a great endorsement.
What?
I think of the margaritas. Jim and Deb Malone, good morning. How are you guys this morning?
Yeah, the earthquake. Sorry, she's been sick for the last 2 days. We're taking a ton of vitamin C. We have these 2-gram capsules. No, not capsules. They're dissolving tablets that you can buy at Costco. They're kind of not inexpensive, but I think you pay $8 for 15, or I can't remember.
Yeah, I'd rather take the pills. I don't really like the sweet. It's really sweet.
Well, it's 0.85% sugar, like the entire weight. It's 0.85. So, which is not terrible, but it's still more sugar than we probably should have.
Yeah.
Now, it's funny. I was watching a video yesterday on the 5 foods you must never eat if you don't want skin tags. Food number 1, dehydrated fruit. What the heck were we thinking? So now I just think we've got to turn this into like a meat thing. So we just make meat. And
once we perfect it for the girls, they love dried fruit. It's just that the papaya and the pineapple were too thin, and they were too they were
it's paper thin,
crunchy,
like they broke, like they snapped.
They were brittle. So Amber, our Taylor, I don't think we even gave her any. Amberlyn had some. She didn't eat the pineapple, but she ate the papaya.
So Sunday we had just Taylor because Amberlyn was sick in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to Vallarta. We were going to go in the ball crawl area. They have this one set up at the Liverpool Mall. Wasn't there. And she was kind of... So
yeah,
we went.
She was sad. She really wanted to go on it.
We went to the trampoline area upstairs saying, hey, you can jump on this. I will go with you. No. So Christie took her to rent a remote control car, which she sat in and drove.
She could steer, which is foolish because
it is.
You're trying to watch where you're walking, watch where the car is going, making sure the kid's not falling out. And I found it a little overwhelming to take her. So I took her and I went where there was hardly any people. So I was able to give her a little 10-minute spin around the mall, but she didn't particularly like that either.
She didn't. Now, if it was Amberlyn would have been like, yes,
but
this
I'm
is the best thing ever.
Taylor just wasn't feeling 100%. She napped a long time
that
day too. So, and I'm not blaming them for my cold.
No. Oh.
But
yeah, it is. It's funny that you get.
Good morning, Carolyn. How was your trip? And you went to go see your parents, and lovely.
You do get ill more than I do now, which is very weird. Because I used to get sick all the time, and now I'm not.
I think it's my stress levels.
Maybe. You kind of say my stress levels are high as well, and they don't seem to bother me that much for illnesses.
Bother me. Maybe that's why.
Maybe.
Your stress levels bother me.
Maybe. So we know a lot of people who've done a lot of traveling. Carolyn and Michael.
Geez, almost everybody we know had an awesome trip this summer.
Yeah.
We weren't leaving the country, but we were going to do probably a month or 6 weeks here in Mexico. But we just bought a new little 5-plex of very rundown apartments, so we want to fix that up.
Some lords.
And no, we're not, because no one's in them. They're empty. We should go see if any damage happened to those bad boys. Maybe we can just tear it down. That would be easier probably than renovating those suckers. And then by mid-October, we're buying another little duplex that, again, needs some work. And then we're going to sell the little house that Zach and Chuita live in. They'll move into the duplex. And
so that was the rotten part about the earthquake, because the second, it would have been 2 or 3 minutes afterwards, all the internet and phone lines, etc., went down.
Mm-hmm.
Christie looks at the cell phone. It's dead. Not dead, the power, dead, the signal.
Yeah.
There was no calling Zach and Chuita. So I went over there immediately. And as I'm going, I'm passing people. You guys okay? You guys okay?
Yeah, because most people, of course, came out of their houses and were standing in the street. We were stupid and went in our backyard where the neighbors are building. We don't know how good a job they're doing there. We
were far enough away.
We just did that was 2 stories. If it fell, it would fall on us.
If it fell all the way, then that would be.
And then we're standing by this brand new brick wall that we just did, and we're like, well, I hope Jorge did a good job.
So I very quickly went over there, and as I get out of the truck, I hear them inside, and I hear Zach. I'm like, you guys okay? Yeah, okay. And it's just because you never know. And then I'm kind of like, okay, all of my family in Mexico is fine.
And then we started messaging our friends and making sure that they were all okay, the ones that we know are here. And
well, I had to first remember that we had the battery. Optic.
It took us a few minutes.
Fiber optic is one of those, it's a great thing.
Because some people were out of electricity for a long time and others, minutes.
In Nuevo Vallarta, immediately, Bill and April contacted us and said, hey, no, electricity is fine here.
Even cell signal was gone for quite a while.
Yeah.
At least an hour here.
Oh, at least. So the truck was running. I thought it was pretty cool. So, but it's only 150 watts. We need to do a bigger one. And inverters have gone up so much in price.
Really?
These years.
That's interesting. They used to be cheap.
Now, we could also just get a generator, and then if the power goes out and the solar goes down, instantly the generator kicks in. We could do that too.
My friend just told me last night that someone may be interested in Zach and Chuita live in their house. I'm not sure what you mean, Mom. I'm not sure what you mean. If someone's interested, tell them to call us. I mean, it's a great little. My nose is running. I don't need to be fully on camera for them to see me wipe my nose.
She's not fun, guys. Is she a shell?
No, I'm not. Good morning, Jen.
Hello. So, okay, what else is going on? There's so much going on. Like, what happened Friday?
Well, it was the long weekend,
right?
It
was the party weekend.
Yeah, so
it was.
Friday we didn't do a live because it was so noisy on the plaza with the bandas and the dancing horses. It was quite cool. John posted a few photos and videos. Saturday, so then we closed the office early because it was just turning into a drunk fest on the plaza. You know, the Michelada guys were open and lots of people were drinking, and so we just decided to shut her down. Pardon me, and then we took Friday night. Did we just stay home?
Was it Thursday night we hung out?
Thursday night we were at the plaza and at our office. Friday night we were home. So did we just come home and be by ourselves? And then Saturday we took the day off and we just vegged all day. Like we did absolutely nothing.
Well, Shirley came and visited us.
Oh, the housekeeper came on Saturday. Yeah, that's true. So that was nice. She did
They wanted to be there for the Greedo. So they're just like, long live Mexico, live this freedom, blah, blah, blah. It was really cool. I mean, that's I think the first time I've ever heard the Greedo.
Yeah, we missed it in Morelia when we were there one year because they changed the time because the year before someone came and shot someone. Okay. Well.
So we had to go through all these metal detectors for that.
Yeah, that was wild in the main square of Morelia. So yeah, and then Sunday we had, well, we were going to have the girl. Oh no, Friday night was the thing at the church.
That's right.
The
Marriage.
marriage party. It was a Independence Day party, and there's a young lady at the church that makes tamales. Oh my word,
Yes.
her tamales are so good.
Yeah, they really
Oktoberfest this weekend in Fort Worth. They need John's magical elixir. Oktoberfest, we've never done an Oktoberfest. We're not big beer drinkers though, but for the experience, yeah, but I want to do, if I'm going to do Oktoberfest, I want to do it in Germany.
I don't know if
That's not a bucket list though.
Like, guys, this is all a setup. Everything is a setup. When I was a kid growing up, if you wanted to see like Lederhosen and stuff, you would go to Germany. And now they've got people from all over the world in all these places settling. It's very disturbing what's going on.
So good morning, Lori Poland. Good morning, Diana and Brian. Good morning, Julie. It's a good day except for how I feel. I just, I've sneezed so much over the last couple of days that my whole core is just like.
It's like you've worked out.
Yeah, but
not
in a good way.
Do you ever work out in a good way?
No, I've never worked out in a good way. So yeah, so I'm very sore. I woke up, I laid in bed this morning and I'm like, okay, where do I hurt? And I'm like, oh my God, everywhere. Oh no, don't do that.
Years ago, I said to her, because I've been in pain since I was 12 years old, and I would say to her, so you're just telling me you're sitting here right now, you close your eyes, you don't feel pain anywhere. She's like, no. Well, those days are long gone.
Those days have passed me by. This one, though, is I've been doing really good up until just even the pain in my knee is almost gone and my shoulders don't hurt as much. Like, I've moved, we switched our mattress around and I moved positions in the bed and I'm sleeping more towards the middle, which is unlike me because I get so hot. I'm like, stay, don't touch me.
This is true.
So
I don't even know how we had 4 kids.
Well, if I have to explain it to you, we'll do it off camera. The earthquake did not affect us at all, Julie, except it splashed our pool. How about you guys? Did you guys have any, because you guys are kind of in the midst of construction and stuff, so did you guys have any issues? And how about your condo, because you're up there quite a ways?
Now, interesting thing, while we were by the wall out there and everything is shaking, we heard a boom. Mm-hmm. We have no idea what happened, but something happened.
But it wasn't a boom like an explosion. It was boom like a transformer or something, which is maybe what happened to our electricity.
Oh, maybe.
But I'm wondering, that pink thing fell. That would have made a noise. It's pretty heavy. I don't know.
It's styrofoam.
I know, but go feel it. I moved it yesterday. I'm like, dang, that's heavier than I thought it was. Or I'm sicker than I thought I am.
I think you're sicker than It's pink styrofoam. It's a board, and it's like this thick.
Sherry, I will feel better quickly, I hope. My eyes are watering. You get that where you have to sneeze, and you do everything you can to stop yourself from sneezing, because once I start, I'm like in for 5 or 6 sneezes, and it hurts like hell right now.
Now, one thing I was thinking this morning, you haven't taken anything that gets rid of the symptoms for a cold.
I never do, though.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be better, instead of you sneezing and hurting all the time, just to take some of that crap?
Do we have any?
I'm pretty sure we do.
Oh.
We have daytime and or nighttime stuff.
I don't want nighttime stuff because I want to stay awake today. I have work to do.
Yeah,
home.
Yeah, you've been doing lots of stuff.
Some things in the condo fell, but no damage. Oh, that's good. Yeah, we didn't even have anything. Like, I read reports of people who some wine glasses fell, and we had nothing like that here. So obviously our house is better made than we thought.
Yeah, I think it's American made, right?
It's also a bungalow, which helps.
You don't want to have a 6-story house.
We were going to pretend that reno demolition was the result of the earthquake. There you go, and take some photos. Look what it did to my house. Nobody else on the block was affected, but look what it did to my house.
It was cool to see everybody out in the street. And as I'm saying, people are like, are you okay? Well, yeah, I am. Thank you very much. It was very nice to feel neighborly yesterday.
Yeah, we don't do a lot with our neighbors.
We do not.
We are terrible. Now we just built this big brick wall so they can't even see if we're having any problems because you can't see in our house anymore.
Yeah. So I guess the rule is don't drown.
Yeah, because nobody will see me floating until you get home.
So yesterday, Iggy came by to fix the handle that comes out. They did not fix the machine. We have that the controller. So when it rains, water gets inside. I cannot recommend Iggy.
I'm having troubles. And then, so funny, so I was talking to an agent. I did a showing on, was it Thursday?
Yeah.
And we started talking, and I don't know how we got on the topic. And he's like, oh, I must have said I just did a pool or something. Oh, who did you use? Iggy. Oh, do you have a shallow part on your pool? And then blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yep. He says, they're using your pool as an example. Oh, really? I wouldn't do that if I were them.
No, I would not do that because they've done such a terrible job. And mostly it's the sales guy and the installer. Because the installer, he installed stuff that did not work.
Yeah, and you know what? We were contemplating having the installer, not the sales guy, who is supposed to be an engineer. But we were going to have the other guy.
He could be a good one, because remember where the intake in the jet, and he's telling me, oh, it'll work. He's not a good engineer.
We were going to have the other guy clean our pool, but I don't think I want him to. So I'm in the market for a pool cleaner, because I want someone, because even though they were here yesterday, he spent a lot of time cleaning it. There's still stuff on the bottom of our pool, and it's always little fine dirt on the bottom of our pool. And
there's a lot of dirt roads, so maybe it is just dust. With all the rain, we figured that would be down.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I want another opinion too.
Yeah, it's very strange. Originally, I was excited about them. Now I'm not. I really am.
They are filling a market that needs to be filled, but they're not good at it.
We may start a pool company. Well, no, obviously this area needs a pool company. They just need a good pool company.
Yeah. Well, Iggy, I think, is a good pool company. I just think that the yahoos that he's got working for them are not great.
Yeah.
So Eva is saying, hey, you two. Oh, Christie, Evie just had COVID again last week. Hope you get better. I really don't think this is COVID. I think it's just a straight up cold. And someone else messaged me, oh, you should go to the doctor. No, because then they'll either want to give me penicillin for something that a virus can't be fixed by penicillin, or they'll tell me I have COVID and want me to get vaccinated. Well, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to go. So
isn't that funny that the healthcare industry has created a bunch of people who just don't trust them anymore?
Yeah. And then
that's just stupid.
Julie is saying we're down next week for a few weeks. Looking forward to quiet and relax. Maybe talk to Fabi. She has one for our place that seems to be good. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, there is a guy named Crispin, and he is probably one of the best in the Bay, but he's not taking any more pools.
And he even has a place 2 doors down from us. I don't know why he doesn't.
And then, have you guys tried having the cleaners that run during the night and crawl up the walls? He gave us a vacuum for the bottom of that pool, but it sucks. So, yes.
But it doesn't suck correctly.
No, it's terrible. It doesn't suck.
It's like a toy. And it doesn't
So
work.
I think we will buy one of those. Ours is a fiberglass pool, right? So there's nothing for it to grip on. So I don't know how those work. But we are contemplating getting a proper vacuum. And I think, John is probably right in the fact that they should have put a drain on the bottom. That way all this silty stuff would go down this drain automatically. Instead, it sits and it collects until we vacuum again. And I don't think that's how pools are supposed to do it.
Do not use Iggy.
Well, if you do, no, don't say do not use Iggy, because their pools are awesome.
Not these guys.
They're the only guys. But I would say buyer beware, and make sure that the intake jet and the jets, the intake valve and the jets are on the opposite sides of the pool. I would make sure that you have a drainage hole on the bottom with the cover and all that kind of stuff.
But if you're going to use Iggy's equipment is too small. So you can't have a drain and still do the suction and everything. Their systems are too small. It's a hot tub system that runs a pool. which is good in a normal situation, but that is not what we wanted. And I told them what I wanted, and they would not listen.
Yeah, Julie says that they have a dolphin pool crawler in Canada, and it works perfect. So we may have to do something like that and have something like that in our pool, because
We should get a dolphin.
the pool is so pretty, and then there's always this little silty stuff on the bottom. And
And
to
you're
me,
just weird about it. Like, she just goes in there and she's like, I must clean this.
it makes me mad. It's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be clean and pristine and pretty and blue. That's what I paid for. And we paid a lot for it.
Well, as much as we paid, we could have got a custom pool with everything attached to it.
Hey, Lillian and Andy, good morning. How are you guys?
Lillian, thank you so much for posting what you posted. That is so brilliant. And more or less, just to paraphrase, it's something saying that, intelligence doesn't mean you know anything. It just means that you're willing to change your ideas as you learn new information.
Mm-hmm.
Which
there's a lot of intelligent people we know that aren't very intelligent.
They're kind of stupid.
No name calling.
I'm not calling any person a name. I'm just saying that there's a lot of stupid in this world right now.
The roof of my mouth is tickly.
It's because you're cold, or of the cold.
I know, but it bugs me. I hate being sick.
I hate it when she is sick.
And I used to be really tough when I was sick.
I have said this over and over and over, that I prefer being ill, because if she is ill, oh my gosh, she can be a pain. So, and every time I'm trying to help her, she's like, why are you doing that? What's the matter? Am I dying? No, you're not dying. You did say that, and then I thought about it.
It's great to see you too, Lillian. Maybe one day we can see each other in person. What are you guys doing this weekend? I'm actually thinking of having a little get together on Friday. Julie, what time do you guys? Oh, next week.
Yeah, Christie will be better by Friday.
I hope so. That's why I'm hesitating inviting people over, because I'm not feeling good. You think I'll be better by Friday? Do you think I'll ever get better?
I hate it when you get so sick. You're thinking, I'm going to be like this forever. And obviously, it's never happened where you're like this forever. But still, we're like,
I will know by tomorrow if we are going to have a little party on, and it'll be very casual.
Yeah.
Bring some snacks, bring something to drink. It'll just be super cash, but I'm just ready to have people over. It's been a while. It seems like we haven't had a party in a while.
3 weeks. We had a party for our employees.
Yeah, but that's different. That was very different.
And I'm saying employees, they're more coworkers with us.
We're saying our team. It was our team.
It was our team. It was a team.
Yeah, we come in on Tuesday. Take tons of vitamin C until you're 100% better. I fought my cold last week and won. Thanks, Eva. Leave October 18th, so plenty of time. All right, Julie. Well, we will definitely get together with you guys while you are here.
All right, guys.
We are going to say, Jim is not here, but let's stay in touch. All right, you guys, thanks for joining us this morning, and we will chat with all y'all quite soon.